What's going on, everybody?
Is Rice doing anything?
Glad to have you back after a week off. Felt good to have the week off, I'm not gonna lie. A lot has happened in a week for me. It was a good week to take off. So I'm excited to be back and see how this works out going into this week. If this week works out fine, it can't be much worse than last week. I mean, last week was pretty slow, so if I picked a good week to take off, I would say that I did so. So let's see if this week can be any better. SPY is still up there at all-time highs. We'll see if we can get anything out of it. Hopefully everybody had a good weekend. My son got the butterfly band-aids off of his stitches this morning, which is good news. My dog, who has been going through all the issues, who is now blind, has diabetes, has a mass on her eye, and is possibly forming one on her foot. She is getting the mass removed on her eye today. I just dropped her off. That's why I was running a little bit late. And yeah, so busy day today. We actually have an inspection on the house that we may have also purchased over the weekend. We will see after said inspection today, this afternoon, if it will actually still be our house, because obviously depending on the inspection, it will determine whether we're going to move forward with it or not. So I don't see anything being wrong with it in the inspection, so we will see what happens with that. I'll let you guys know tomorrow. With that said, we're about to go green here. So good luck to everybody. Good luck all. I was reading that they said last week was the slowest week day by day all year.
I believe it.
So like on Monday, that was the slowest day all year. And then Tuesday, it was even slower all the way through Friday.
I would not be surprised if that was the truth. Did they say any reason why it was so freaking slow?
Nope.
They were just like, it was slow.
Yep.
Well, thank you for pointing out the obvious.
I mean, I wasn't pointing it out, but oh, you meant them. Gotcha.
I know. I'm like, just give us some reason.
And we are open. With so much moving.
Like 2 seconds. We can't call it yet, Jack. Calm down.
It's over.
Like, man, no, it's over. Go home. I got nothing.
Here's log.
Everything kind of tanking out of the gate here.
What's that?
PVTSM long there.
Said everything was kind of tanking out of the, yeah. Not tanking, obviously, but you know what I meant.
Not moving, really. Dropping a little bit. And I'm getting some div lag. Love that.
TIDR if you have shares.
FBIO started SS. Still want Jider.
Yeah.
Pushing. A little bit of a breakout here.
It's a huge float. Not huge, but bigger spread on that one too. Up through 21, I think I'd be interested.
TIGR in SS. TIGR up. TS cut. Here's $, on way.
That's a slow open.
Yeah.
Now that it's been open a few minutes, I can tell you this is a slow open. WHL1's pushing a little bit.
Yes, it is.
TIGR slow ad, big company. Carrot. To the big company part. WHLMHTB and rotated float.
Float on this thing.
Which one? HLM?
5.
WHL1.
Yeah, it just
5 million.
rotated.
That's low. Have under 856,000 on Yahoo Finance.
Oh, jeez. Well, then it's still rotated, but a lot more. Breakfast of Champions.
Look at everything happening.
I didn't have much of a watch list to begin with, but jeez.
AIHS up but needs way bigger. Carrot.
Have any of you tried placing an order yet today?
No.
Cons was saying in the ISW chat that he got a route disabled error for CMEG, so I wasn't sure if it was just him or.
Place one just to place one.
FBIO $, on way. RCO and stalker. Here's
XTNT
out all.
might be up your alley, Tim. No volume.
Yes.
What's happening?
Here's Steve. I don't know if he can hear us.
TIGR $, on way.
Branch
I
out.
want to place. I kind of want to place an order just to see if I get that, but
Yeah, Matt, another guy in ISW, said the same thing.
CMEG too.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't mind wasting 35 cents, try like a one share order or something on something. Or like 50 shares for you or something. Maybe you can actually just make the commission back. Steve, by the way, we can kind of hear you. You're kind of cutting in and out.
I know. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
We can hear you. You're just in and out as well.
All right, I gotta figure out this thing out. Hello, someone.
M. Macy's, Big Co.
How about now? Is this any better?
Yeah, it's better.
TH up.
What do we trade besides WHLF? Debit in it?
I don't think anybody's taken a trade yet.
We're starting to think that might not be able to.
Oh, exciting.
Well, anyone on CMEG. What is she calling me? Her BFFF? Are we BFFFs? BFFFs? Yeah, there's a third person saying same issue with CMEG.
All right.
So I'm going to assume that you're probably going to have the same issue.
You want to find one that I can take a trade in?
FBIO trail.
SPY going back to all-time highs. Even after that late run Friday.
Yeah, I got the same thing.
Huh?
Exceed gross participation.
What?
It said exceeded gross participation.
What the hell's that, man?
I would expect some kind of
and trail.
like mass alert thing that they send the internal message at some point. It's obviously not going to fix you being able to trade now, but I'm assuming since literally I'm sure they're getting swamped right now with calls.
XTNT NTV.
Advertising spending will move back to normalized levels as industry recovers from COVID. Says automakers will offer third-party apps that delivers in-vehicle navigation capabilities for about 900,000 vehicles. Snap back at 2%. WHLM halted on a circuit breaker, risky hotel halted on a circuit breaker.
Oh my god.
Limited shares pulling back.
You tried trade yet, Thomas?
Yeah, I just posted what it said to me.
Then reject. Seed gross.
Constantine said he just tried limit and it worked.
That was a limit order.
I know, but he just said it.
Oh, so maybe he just started working again?
Possibly.
Go ahead, Jag. I like you taking them, nothing.
There's nothing else I want to take right now.
Oh, okay.
I was iffy on going to that even with 50 shares.
Look, dude, I don't care what your issue.
Do it.
It's your money, not mine, so just take a break.
I don't feel the love.
You need somebody to be the rat. Test rat. Test dummy. I don't know what the word is. XTT.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
ATNF. That's just squeezing straight up, Tim.
Which one?
ATNF. Apple Thomas Nancy Frank.
It's hard to borrow.
Do it. Never mind. Tried to give you some more.
What's the float on that anyway?
ATNF NTV.
F is 3 million.
Discord call 3M float.
B, man. Can't even find a
Well,
trade to do 50 shares that just to see if it works.
this is rather boring. This is how all last week
Let's
was.
do one.
Just waiting for a trade. That's why I said last week it was probably a good thing that I wasn't streaming, because it would have been like this.
What did you try to trade?
WHLM.
The longest?
BTN 3.20S
I'm glad he
please.
didn't take it.
Low volume.
Assuming you were getting it kind of in that breakout area.
Yeah, was it in, what, 903 or something I was trying to get in?
XPEV Big Co and
And
Crappy
put it
Daily.
out 888 and halted.
Yeah. He's like, I'm glad it rejected that.
It's getting ready to open in about 20 seconds.
SOS up.
Again, out of the hall.
GME small scoop.
What fudge, man.
It opened.
And you take a trade?
Nope. Watching SOS right now. I was hoping for a breakout here.
I'm about to grab a flare gun and send out an SOS. Somebody help us. Holy cow, dude. What was that one that was going straight up I called earlier? AFMD. No, that wasn't that.
Waterfield. What's that?
What was it? What was it?
I don't know.
Oh, I looked it up here.
Just because we didn't really get a big breakout, I don't want to necessarily
ATNF? That was it.
get
OTNF.
out of hand with this one.
OTNF, yeah.
I don't want to be too early with too much size.
Knew it had an A in there. Like a kind of relatively new IP or something.
Order filled. Order
SOS
cancelled.
in.
Talking about this fucking gorgeous. Market's fantastic. So you guys in the room saying it's working now?
Not since he said he got that one to work. That was it.
So it's been reported since.
Yep.
All this. It's hard because there's not much to take, so nobody's really
XPEV small.
jumping at a bunch of crap probably.
Carrot big cook.
Dude, I just
BBLT, vascular biogenic shares, $1.93, up 15%, getting top here. BBLT.
GME out small win.
That XDNT would have been a good one. Not really getting that push down here on this one. Got to 74. There we go. So we can get back through 74. Got to 72, it looked like.
anything happen?
Order cancelled.
Take
Order
that
filled.
there. We'll see if we can't get a little bit of a
Oh,
further
Lordy,
push down
Lordy.
here. What do we get there? 74.
TNF
Yeah.
gave up. Price stiff.
Dang, XBEV would have been a good one. I should have been in that one, honestly, but Monday morning jitters. Don't want to let, especially XBEV is a huge company. So that was,
SOS XPEV locks. Really want higher on both.
It pulled back a lot.
AODK,
Carrot.
Switzerland's largest and most productive BCB, Kodak Libra, VRT, VT2 digital plate.
so these are going to be break-even cuts.
Order cancelled.
Especially
Order
I'll
filled.
take a trade to see if it works.
AODK,
Full leg trigger.
also Kodak.
This would have been a good one. Look at that. Damn. We just get faked out to the upside there.
Stupid. That doesn't sound smart at all.
Another top tick right before it decides to die.
Like it'll work immediately and I'll be in a big win.
Why is our average always right at where it does that? Like literally 579 was our average. It went right to 579. That sucks. I mean, obviously I know it doesn't always do that, but it's so frustrating. Meanwhile, over here XTNT would have died. XBEV died. And we got into the one that decided to try to put up a fight.
You looking at that?
Well,
dang.
I got into SOS, which was the one that was annoying. I had XTNT up, which would have worked beautifully, and XPEV up, which would have
XPEV
worked
let
beautifully.
rovers on trail.
So this is the one you take.
And I took the one that decided to put up a fight. I mean, I'm out of it and I'm green on it, but it was still annoying that the other two just died and this one's like, no.
Unless you maybe got 10 cents on and the other two would have been big winners.
Yep.
Tough market, man. Tough market.
So Khan said he got the order working, but it won't fill.
Also, it posted on there, but doesn't fit.
Right.
Hey. So we still haven't been able to get in a trade.
Correct.
Salted.
XTNT, XPEV misses.
Suppose they haven't
All
sent
out
a message
SOS.
out if they're not having an issue.
Oh, wait. He said he's in a position he can't get out of it.
What's that?
The limit order earlier got filled, but now he can't get a fill to exit.
Give him taking a trade. Are you kidding me?
I'm just telling you what he's saying. And he's not one to fool around.
Come on, boy.
Cons is a straight shooter.
Come on. No way, I'm taking a trade then.
Fake out breakout on SOS.
Can't get out.
Double top rather.
Yes, I will repeat myself. He cannot get out of the position.
Still there have.
Sorry, I was just being a dick.
I know, you're a little asshole. I'm starting to fucking hate you.
I'm surprised you actually still like me at all.
It's just getting annoying.
Yeah, I just haven't been having a good time either.
Yeah. Neither am I, but don't take it out on me.
I know, I'm sorry.
He's in the winning position.
It's what?
He's in the winning position?
I hope so.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm gonna wait for some confirmation, dude. I mean, I'm not looking to get stuck in something.
AC 20k to borrow.
Kind of annoyed that I didn't get an XBEV. I mean, that one looked really good. Not really sure. I think just it being a
Like
bigger
that
company and I was messing with SOS is what kept me out of it.
See if anybody in this
Oh.
room is talking about it.
That was perfect. Why was I not in this? I mean, XTNT, that one was a little bit more
SOS
sketchy.
trail leftovers.
Market is good.
SOS worked out if I would have used Hive Day.
Oh wait, see me, I just saw something.
Back to the waiting board.
Oh, it's a GME. Mad Ron.
GME getting crushed. GME gets under 100 again, I think it's like done.
XPEV taking all.
Because if you look at that daily, man, it looks pretty weak.
Yeah, I think those people are still just holding it up where it is.
Yeah, it's starting to get demolished. That's like I said, you get below that 100 area where like that last bounce was. I think people are gonna get pretty destroyed. Oh man, guys, this
What are
is
you gonna do,
brutal.
Jake? Are you gonna try to trade?
I don't know. Well, it's not like there's much to choose from either, so
I don't know, if something does pop up, are you gonna jump in it?
I think so. I'll just go really small.
And if there's an issue you can't get out of it, I mean, I think they'll have to take care of you.
Yeah. share in.
One share now.
Not even one. Huh.
And they open. Salted down now. Good for.
Open and dropped. It's crazy.
Dropped from a high of what, 27 almost down to 22.
Yep. That'll do you in every time.
Oh my lord, dude.
Oh, XBev. Just ram it in there. The one trade that I definitely should have been in this morning for sure. The daily kind of, I think, scared me away as well as it being a bigger company and just Monday morning. Get off my screen. Get off my screen.
Chief scientist says working on proposals to expand production capacity for COVID-19 vaccine.
SOS taking all, not feeling patient today. Sieve $$ on way.
Well. Jag, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Carrot did
I gotta
AT
make a
even
call,
see that one
guys.
on the scanner,
Be right
LOL.
back.
Didn't
Nice, got a little
asterisk.
push.
ULGN. Blue Shield of Minnesota launched a program with DaVita's Village Health to improve care for
Nice, got a big
kidney
push.
disease, Delta Victor Alpha. BZ, Verizon signed Single Crown Council and SBA Communications. That's Victor Zulu. Verizon signed the deal with the two tower companies hosting Verizon infrastructure equipment for speed deployment of C-band equipment in preparation for the launch of 5G ultra wideband and fixed wireless broadband service. That's VZ Verizon, Victor Zulu. ULGN.
TSLA up and nibble. TSLA put. $. Watching more.
AM Eastern Time tomorrow. That's IZEA with that tweet now from the company.
Daily says breakout for what it's worth.
Okay, yeah, they opened up. It's dropping.
Yeah, I mean, they're at 21.13, the high of 26.99. Give me a kilo on another alpha.
This thing has like a key level at 715 area.
More volume will give you another delta.
NCTY looking for the 29 pop.
Order filled.
The Airbnb has introduced rules aimed at helping prevent unauthorized parties over the 4th of July. That's Airbnb.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, doesn't get much better. Doesn't get much better than this.
Not my typical play, so definitely went smaller.
You being a ghost, Thomas? Yeah.
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
Now at the high after resuming, 21% Alpha Charlie Yankee.
Why? That is going.
ACY, yeah.
That's alright, I don't know if you got shorts, Tim. I think it's a lower float.
Order filled.
He's in Tesla right now.
Shut up.
I am.
What, half a share?
Started with 2, now I have 4.
Order filled.
And now I'm not
Order
in
cancelled.
Tesla.
You said no, not in this
DC
one.
YOLO long.
You saying you got out?
TSLA stopped.
Yeah, I got stopped out there at Hive Day. I actually just added, looking for that to break down, and it went higher.
if it opens higher but still fills the gap on that same candle, is that a gap fill? It's not going to come back down and fill that gap.
Wait, what?
On the ACY, did it technically fill that gap? Being that it opened higher, then shot down, and shot back up?
Technically, yeah.
Technically. It's for a full candle for a gap fill, but the tail does count.
It's still the gap. Oh, shit. Homeboy ever get out of this trade, or is he still stuck in it?
I don't know. Let me ask him.
Like I'm missing a lot, but
Wait, if you're missing something, that means you found something you could test. And you haven't tested. Oh, okay.
well, nothing looks good. There's
Oh,
nothing
I'm
that
with you.
there's nothing there on.
Wanted 702
I don't
there.
feel like I'm missing
Mhm.
either way.
To jump back in.
I'm gonna retire.
Order filled.
This is a decent slow phase we're going through here. Trying to calm us down a little bit. Be loud today. What are we waiting for here, man? This is crazy slow.
Could be another trap. It's got to get below 700. This could definitely be a trap. A little short trap. If it gets below 700 though, we'll probably get a decent little drop.
Order cancelled. Order cancelled.
It's really just
Yeah,
looking
am I
to
correct in
make my
assuming you're
loss
not in that
back.
trade yet?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll try it. See if we can't.
Order cancelled.
If we can get this first fill. See if we can't get the bigger push down.
So these Tesla trades, is that boredom trades?
What do you think?
I think that would be a yes.
Oh, ACY. Drop down.
Oh, it opened?
Yep.
Essentially, like they're getting $14 after
Gonna break that 50.
That's gonna come down from here, though. 1350 would be the stop.
Gotta break it.
That's good stuff. Did we'll move through this hall.
There it is.
AC dollar dollar dollar.
Got bought right back up there.
DT and his cricket sounds.
Definitely not gonna let this go back against us at this point. And this should be the backside here, at least for a decent little pullback. Get back below 700. We should get a push down. There we go. Oh, we were within like, 10 cents. We got the 30, 15 cents. What a jokester, huh? Wait. Just because of that. It's gonna make me drag it. I don't want to go that high though.
I don't have anything on watch, guys. Like, this is pretty bad.
This would be brutal if we get stopped here. Missed it by 15 cents, that first cover. I mean, I would have slid it up. We're going to get stopped. But there it comes. $0.01 away.
Order
There it
filled.
is.
Order cancelled.
I love playing this game. It's such a fun game.
Alright. Cool. AKTX. News. Halted.
AKTX.
AC scaling out here. Don't like it anymore.
Alpha Kilo. Tiger X-ray.
I guess it did go up, huh? That's basically
Way up
all the
short.
volume today.
Locking in on that one candle.
NCTY, the 9 limited, CBI investment reporting to take 5.1% in November Charlie Tango Yankee.
Literally went high of day by like what? 9 cents. They just wanted to get out the weak ones. Kind of felt like that could have been a trap, but I mean that's why I was trying to take half out just in case, and just didn't get our fill. Khan said he's still stuck in, he's in CAN, C-A-N, with an average of 1647.
Long?
Yeah, I don't know if he's long, but that's what he's been doing lately, is going long, so I would assume so.
He's on some big, we don't have shorts, so he's got to be long.
Yeah.
So he's stuck in CAN with an average of 1647. Can't cover, can't do anything.
Yes.
Have you tried to add to it?
I don't know.
Well, that's a little fuzzy for me. I'm not trading.
Nope.
I'm done messing with this. That was my one chance at the backside. Now it's doing the old fake out. It's just faking people out both ways, so I'm good. I gave it my 2 tries, and I went small size just to be safe. And I was trying to hold on for the bigger picture.
Hey, what time are you doing your house inspection today?
3. Oh yeah, so we took my dog in, the one who's having all the issues, to get the mass removed on her eye.
Yep.
And she also has diabetes, as I've mentioned before, so you can't put a dog under if their insulin's too high, or anyone for that matter. So they still told us to give her shot this morning, and she always has high insulin levels afterwards. So they were like, the insulin levels are too high, and we're like, we told you that was going to happen. And so now they're like, well, we'll try again at 11, and if they're still too high, we're not going to be able to do the surgery. And I'm just like, you got to be effing kidding me. Yeah, what happened is they didn't listen.
Yep.
We're talking about a veterinarian hospital. Well, nothing bad yet. We did that this morning too. We had to take him there to get his stitches looked at. I don't think so. I think we had a mix up there.
Well, I don't know what to do.
Watch. Just watch.
You didn't even know you could test it on.
CELC only 6K to borrow
Him
FYI.
saying he's stuck in a trade.
I'm really surprised none of you have called him.
SGBP would love above too.
Constantine said yes, he is long.
I'm on paper. It don't really matter for me.
Karen.
Get this stupid thing off my chart. SGBP is not the right ticker.
You taking a trade on paper then? You done anything?
Let's try
Yeah, it works.
SBGP. S.
Wrong ticker. Not on scanner, so can't look there. SGRP. Sorry. Tut. Tie yourself. How does this thing know what for what it's worth, but not tut?
There's nothing I even really want to trade yet.
Then you have things like CELC, which look like something I might be interested in, but I don't have any shares.
be back.
No point in watching it. This thing with the high day again. Didn't quite get there. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I just saw it on the scanner again. That's the only reason I pulled it up. Just to see what it did. I thought it might have went Hive Day, but there goes CELC. That's what I would have been looking for. I think spready though, CELC. Would have worked out nicely.
That it is. 50 cents just a second ago.
TLSA up, may have missed though. CELC $. Hoo at GDT. AKTX Basili NTV.
Carrying Phoenix shares, we've been trading $2.94, now pulling back 8 cents. Okay, great.
Oh, got the issue from CMEG.
What's that?
Please note that we are aware of ongoing issues of orders not being filled on the limit/market/stop routes. We are actively liaising or whatever with our route providers to have this resolved.
Please use any other available routes for trading besides limit, market, or stop.
Yeah, any other one available. Any other broker that you have other than me.
Is that what they're saying?
Ooh, I wonder if they're gonna correct the commissions though.
They're gonna correct the ones that are in it?
No, I meant like if you use the other ones, will they give you the same commissions? Because usually the commissions you're getting are because you're using their smart routes. So if you use one of the DTM routes, it might charge you the now $2.95. I don't know though. That's what I'm saying. But that's what they do normally. But because of what's going on, I don't know if maybe they would suck it up and cover the difference kind of thing. I don't know.
I'm just gonna probably call it a day.
Riot 55.50 plus would be nice.
Wait for them to release message. I mean, there's nothing happening.
Holy crap! My Bitcoin that was once like $5 or $6 or whatever is now worth $81. Yo, it's over 60K. That's crazy. Yo, if this thing goes to $1 million, I might actually. What would that give me? Give me like $600. Let's go. From $5, that's pretty crazy. My Litecoin, on the other hand, ain't doing so hot.
TSLA $$ on way.
Wait, what? Tesla. If I drop, what? I don't even want to know. Oh yeah, it looks like. Oh, he probably added. No. Yeah, after one hive day, so no matter how we played that, we would have got stopped, and we would have been really, really annoyed. So taking the break-even trade there wasn't that big of a deal. I wish this one would just go 350.
TLSA orders at 3.40.
Oh, I guess I sit on my hands and wait for another message that says the issue's been resolved.
Now you got a plan.
Take ATX, I probably would have taken this one. It would have been a winner, but
Yeah, I got a winner on that one as well.
I would have taken it, but I didn't take it because of this.
The button is because I'm on paper.
Just don't want to get stuck in something, Honestly, my fear isn't that I don't get filled, because if I don't get filled, whatever, but if I do get filled and I can't get out, that sucks.
Come on, TLSA. You can do it. To the moon, as they say. To the moon.
Kinda ugly spread there.
Oh, by the way, I'm an uncle again. I don't think I told you guys that. My brother and her wife had a preemie. 34 weeks. Just giving you guys something to talk about, you know, because it's not like we're talking about stocks. Nope. Waiting for that 350 push. It's literally done exactly what it's doing now this entire way up, so I'm waiting for an actual, like, push. Of course, Tesla decided to shove it in my face after it went high of day, and now it's saying, ha 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 ha.
I'll be back, man.
TLSA in. TSLA MO $.
What'd I miss?
A lot.
I got a note from CMAG.
Oh, you weren't here for that?
So
Yeah. What an epic day, guys. What an epic day so far. This is great. This is some prime trading right here. This is exactly what we wake up for and look forward to every single day. This is it right here. This is brutal. Matt Az is like, ACY got the bag holder short there, 13s, covering as low as 1180s for minor 11.9k win. Can I have your minor win, sir? Thank you.
See, one day, I think it was last week, some guy went at him and said something, gave him like a piece of advice or something, and he goes, "Yeah, I'm doing just fine. I don't think I need your help." And the guy goes, "You're not the only big dog that trades." He goes, "Maybe I can teach you how not to have 100, 500,000, and like 1 million losses."
The guy said that to him?
Yeah. Teach you some risk management, he told him.
I mean, what Matt Az is doing is no different than like what we're doing. It's just he has a bigger risk tolerance.
TLSA dollar.
I mean, he's essentially doing what Brian does.
Yeah.
He's just a little bit more risky with it. That's all. Believe it or not, to say that he's more risky than Brian, it's kind of crazy to say out loud, but
yeah, well, when you're using the share size he's doing, when you have $1 million losses and $100,000 losses, go down.
Yeah, I didn't even necessarily mean it from the money aspect of it. I just meant like from the types of trades he takes.
Yeah. A question for you on the tenacity. I've never seeded right afterwards. Can you seed right after, or do you have to wait like a week or so?
No, you're good. That's the whole point of tenacity, is it doesn't affect the seed.
I've never seeded, I've only just used it.
Yeah, if you're not seeding, you should probably use something stronger than tenacity. Like tenacity is nice because it's very easy on your grass that's already there. But if you're not worried about seeding, then you could use like I forget what the active ingredient is inside like all the actual weed killers, but that would be a much better use. But yeah, if you're seeding, definitely always use tenacity while you're seeding. And just keep in mind, tenacity only, I mean, you might know, but just you have to reapply usually like every, I think it's like 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, I think I do it. I was putting on last fall, like every like, I think 3 to 4.
Yeah. I actually need to do my second thing, but I'm actually going to wait and see if everything goes well today, because if it does, I might just leave it as is, because if we're renting it out, it's not like they're going to take care of it.
Yeah. You're going to need a bunch for the new one.
Yep. Yeah, I actually just laid some more seed down yesterday just to get some bare spots that were out front, just to try to make it presentable. I mean, it wasn't many, but just to try to get them in there. And unfortunately, it made me open up a whole new bag of peat moss, which I didn't really want to do, but I can't just lay seed down and not put the peat moss down. It doesn't really make sense at this point.
Yeah, I've been trying to get a peat moss spreader.
Oh, dude, they're impossible right now. Yeah, everyone's out of them. The Lanzy's the one I've been looking to try to get, and they're just non-existent at the moment.
I saw a video where one guy, he took the peat moss and some type of topsoil, and he mixed the seed all in it, and he spread it out all at once.
Did you? It's funny you say that. I've actually been watching a bunch of videos lately about pre-germinating. Have you seen any of those videos?
No.
So basically, you can pre-germinate the seed, and it takes about a week. But you basically mix the soil and the seed, and you just keep it wet for a whole week, like inside like your garage shed or whatever, and it'll basically pre-germinate so that when you put it down into the grass, it will already be essentially growing.
Wow.
Yeah. Just
TSLA another
YouTube
lock.
pre-germinating seed and go down that wormhole for, a little bit.
For days.
It's pretty fascinating stuff. Yeah, I actually never even thought about that. Like it would work really well for springtime, because springtime it's hardest to seed because of the temperature of the soil, because it's obviously that's what you need to be right. So it's like you can't ever really like guess it right, and on top of that, it's really hard because you need the seed to grow before it gets too hot, because then the root system won't be strong enough to withstand the
TSLA
heat of the
trails
summer.
there on leftovers.
So if you could pre-germinate and put that shit down, and it's already growing. That's like the hardest part of it in the spring. So it's in the fall you probably don't need to worry about it, but
TH finally getting paid there.
Yeah, 'cause it's cool enough.
yeah,
And it's not really competing with weeds for the most part either.
right, yeah. Yeah, if we get this new house, I told the wife, I was like, my job when we get the new house is to just go kill all the weeds. And then just wait for fall, and then just try to do like a big growing session.
Yeah.
But we'll see. It's all dependent on today. So I'm actually kind of anxious. So it probably didn't really help me with me trying to trade Tesla, because I was like, I need something to calm my nerves. Fucking trading Tesla like a fucking idiot.
I feel like we kind of talked about that. The house is newer anyway, so the odds of something being wrong are pretty slim.
Yeah, and I mean, dude, the house is in such good condition, like just from vision, like at least looking at it from just walking around. Obviously, an inspection's looking, deeper, but I just can't see anything
Same
being
for
wrong with it.
NCT1.
And on top of it, she worked for the builder that was building the houses,
TLSA some
and
dollar
so
dollar.
you'd think like they might put a little bit of extra work into it, kind of thing. And I mean, she has 2 kids. They're I think twice the age of mine. But for having kids, like the house was just spotless. Like nothing no marks on the walls, like just nothing. Like it's pretty impressive. Like she definitely kept good care of it. So if there's anything wrong with the house, I'm going to say it wasn't like her fault, it was the builders. But obviously that's the whole point of an inspection, is to see what's up.
Do you do a garden too or no?
Dude, I wish gardens didn't exist. I mean, are you talking like a food garden or just like flowers? Yeah, no, I don't do that. My mom does that stuff, and she can keep doing it. I don't do that shit. My brother actually does it, but he just grows spices.
Yeah. It's weird. I used to hate all that stuff, and then a couple years ago, I started doing a garden, and for some reason it just really calms me down and relaxes me when I'm out there. But I always hated all that stuff.
That's how I was with grass. That's kind of what took me, was the grass more so than anything else. I don't know. It's just, I think the kids screaming and being stuck in the house with them, like when they were younger, it kind of like forced me outside, and I was just like, well, I'm out here, and then I just started like paying attention. I was like, man, grass kind of sucks, and so I just like started messing with it, and I was like, oh, it looks a little bit better now, and then it just went from it just took off from there.
Because I got, like, in my office here, I got a bunch of I got a rack where I grow the plants from seed. So, because I should be able to plant them in another 3 weeks.
Yeah, see what you're doing there with that is the same thing as them germinating the grass seed, essentially. They just do it in a wheelbarrow or a bucket.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, and the worst part is it looks super easy to do it.
Yeah.
It's just you just have to have the space to do it. So like you either have to have like a decent sized wheelbarrow, or like a couple 5-gallon buckets. Because there's a couple, like this one guy, he literally just threw the dirt peat moss mix. It was like a 50-50 mix into a wheelbarrow and just mix seed into it and wet it. And then he put the bag over top of it to keep moisture in. And he said, you just leave it in your garage for a week. And he said that'll work. But then there was another guy who did it in a 5-gallon bucket, and he put it in like one of those like grass bags that doesn't, it has like the really tiny perforated holes so that dirt and seed can't get out, but the water can soak through it.
Yeah.
So he would put that up or down into a bucket full of water, and then he would lift the bag out. It was I think it was twice a day, and change the water. So he would just have 2 5-gallon buckets, one with clean water, one that it was sitting in. So he would take it out, let the dirty water drain into the dirty bucket that it was just in, and then put it into the new bucket. And he would do that like once in the morning, once at night, and then he did that for a week, and that was how he germinated the seed. But the other guy was just like, just toss it all in a wheelbarrow and let it go for a week. So it was very interesting to, it's like, I don't know if one way is better than the other, because that was the only 2 videos I've watched so far, but I definitely want to look more into it for like next spring, because I'm sure, you know, with such a big yard, you're going to definitely have some bare spots.
Yeah, for bare spots, it's perfect. Really, you do that.
Yeah.
You don't really have to do that much.
No, you literally just put the pre-germinating crap, and it's basically dirt. So if it's bare and there's grass around it, you're just basically leveling that out, and it's just going to start growing. I was like, okay.
That's crazy.
But I'm just surprised, like, this is the first I'm ever even hearing of that, because, like, I dove pretty far into this stuff, like, the last 2 years, and I've never even heard of it. And then I just, like, randomly came across a video, and apparently this is a thing. I'm actually surprised, like, more of the, like, big YouTubers don't do something like that, because it was so easy.
Well, it's got to be a pain to spread, though, right? Especially if it's wet.
Well, no, because you don't get it wet to where it's like wet. Like you get it wet to where it's just like moist, essentially.
Yeah.
Because if you watch the one where it's like a older guy and the one doing it in the wheelbarrow, he'll show you, like, you want to get it to where the dirt is almost like, you know how like when you're making a snowball out of snow, like you want it to have that good consistency where it like meshes well and you can form it basically, but it's not too wet to where it just melts in your hand. So that's like the consistency you want. You want it to still be dirt, but you want to be able to like mold it. So it's not going to be mud, essentially.
Yeah.
Like when you're using a glove or whatever to mold it, like it should be able to come off your glove and not like there should be nothing on you, like that kind of. And I mean, he was tossing like a good amount of seed in there too. Like it was a lot. I was just like, this is pretty cool. Like, I'm definitely going to at least try that with at least, like, a 5-gallon bucket next spring just to test it, just to see how it works. I mean, I might even do it for the fall, just in, like, a test area, just to see how it works.
Yeah, if I found a guy with something in a bucket with this seed wrapped in some bag type thing, dunking it in water.
Yeah, that's the first one I watched. Is it the Longineer?
Yeah, that's him, yeah.
Alright guys, it's time.
Yeah, I see a guy, then I see one with it's a wheelbarrow with seed and dirt in it.
Michael Hugenacker?
Yeah.
Alright guys, it's time to put...
Yeah, those are the 2 I watched. Yeah, if you watch both of those, you'll see like the extreme difference between the 2 of them, but I mean, they both made it sound like it works. So, I mean, to me, I'd be taking the wheelbarrow route.
Yeah, that's a lot easier. You just do it and just leave it, forget it.
Yeah, just toss it in the garage for a week.
Yeah, my front yard took a beating last year. Because I wasn't able to do a bunch of stuff because of my neck, and so basically the what do you call it? The crabgrass just took over and just killed off all the grass. So now when I did the thatching, the front yard, there's basically dirt in most places. because of it.
Yeah. Mine is the dogs, man. That's my front yard looks pretty good because they don't go out there, but my backyard, it's like I'm just constantly trying to keep up with it.
Yeah. And my soil's terrible.
Have you tested it?
Yeah, well, it's what it is. It's very sandy. There's not a clay base, so it doesn't hold any water.
Right, yeah, it just flows through.
So unless I water it constantly, it's a battle and a half.
Have you tried top dressing with soil? So
Yeah.
yeah, I would just keep
I actually
doing
had
that.
my whole front, well, the main part of my front yard redone because we had, when we bought the house, the front walkway was wood timbers and asphalt and steps and stuff. I had it all ripped out and did pavers and everything like that. So when
Right.
I had them do that, I had them basically put down like 3 inches of topsoil all over the whole front, and that helped a little bit. But after a couple years, it's all just the same again. It just won't hold anything. But if I water it every day, it's beautiful.
Yeah, mine, I was actually getting a little annoyed because I had threw some fertilizer down um, when I laid the first seed when I thought it was warming up, but then we had that week of like really cold weather.
Yeah.
And it's but where the dogs piss that walk by on a daily basis, like that shit was going, and I'm like, why is the fertilizer I put down not really working? And literally, like, I cut the grass over the weekend, and like you could just see it, like I guess like maybe the top part of the grass like wasn't necessarily showing, but like once I cut the grass, it was like both the front and back are like a pretty deep green now, and I was just like, oh, okay. Just hadn't worked its way up yet. I use liquid lawn solutions, the kind that you hook up to the hose. I like using that just because it's, to me, a more even spray throughout.
Yeah.
The granular, it's like, I don't know. I've just never been a huge fan of granular. I always wondered, because like if you look at fertilizers, there's usually like a mix of the fertilizer inside, and it's like, well, if one pebble of this gets there and one pebble of this gets over there, it's like how is there's no way it's like treating all of the grass the same.
No.
So that's why I kind of went with I don't know if you follow the guy Ryan Knorr, but I pay attention a lot to what he does, and that was actually where I saw liquid lawn solutions being used the first time.
Yeah.
And I actually like it. It's worked well. I've only used it a couple times. I had a deficiency in potassium in my yard,
Yeah.
so they made a product that like basically it was a fertilizer but was high in potassium. So I used that last year and it worked. And then so I was like, you know what? I'll try their regular fertilizer as long as I can keep my levels right. And my levels were fine this year. So I have just their regular, it's like a 16, 4, 12, or I forget what the numbers are, but it's whatever that normal fertilizer number is. I don't have that down pat just yet, but yeah, it's whatever that is, but it's in liquid form essentially. And they use like all organic stuff like algae and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Which is nice too, because then there's none of that, like no chemicals and stuff. Because I know there's some states that you can't even buy certain types of fertilizer because of the chemical.
Yeah, because like for my garden, I use it's a company. It's called Neptune's Harvest, and they make a lawn thing.
They have like do they make their own peat moss or something? I feel like I've seen their brand name.
No, but they have like a whole bunch of products.
Yeah, I've probably.
Well, they're actually made in Massachusetts.
Oh, really? That's cool.
And they have one that's specifically. They have a starter pail, and then they have like their turf formula or whatever, and it's what the hell's in it? The starter one is where now. It's got fish and kelp and all kinds of weird shit in it.
Yeah, yep, kelp, out like all that algae stuff. Yeah, it's all that organic nitrogen stuff.
Yeah. But like it's not that like intense because the starter fertilizer is 232, which is kind of weird. But their stuff is unbelievable for the garden.
Yeah, and you feel good about it too.
Yeah.
I don't really care like from a quote unquote green perspective when it comes to the grass. But like yeah, if I was doing a garden, like especially one I'm eating from, yeah, I would definitely be caring about that shit.
But I have to be careful what I put down because of the chickens. Because I mean, they're fenced in an area, but they can come over the fence if they feel like it, because they can fly
Right.
over.
True.
So I got to be careful what I put down towards them, because if they start eating chemicals, who knows what the fuck will happen. Make my eggs
True
taste
that. You mean make them taste different?
Yeah. You know how that is.
Oh, I know all about it apparently. On a side note, how brutal is this market?
It's sad.
I mean, it's like even if you guys could trade, like this is horrible.
You know what though? It's amazing. You would figure today, since we can't trade, that it would be a booming market where we wouldn't be able to trade anything because we'd be too scared.
Yeah.
I'll probably run out and go get my grass seed and some more peat.
Pay attention. What kind of grass seed do you get?
I do it's Jonathan Green, the Black Beauty Ultra.
I'm assuming they don't have that on Amazon.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, do they? Well, I was gonna say like pay attention to whatever you get on Amazon, and because I just use the Scott's Tall Fescue mix.
Yeah.
I've had good results with it, so and it's easy to get. I don't ever have to worry about them being out of stock. So, but on Amazon, like some in Home Depot and stuff like that, they want like $120 for the big bag, and sometimes on Amazon they have it for like 70. So I always, anytime I see that, because I put an alert on there to show me anytime it's like that, and I'll order an extra bag just to have it. And this last time I ordered a bag, there was like a small little hole in the top of the bag. I don't know how it got there, but when the box came, there was like, I don't know, like a handful of seed inside the box. And I randomly just messaged Amazon being like, yo, this bag of seed was opened. And they're just like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And they just straight up sent me another bag. I was like, well, what do you want me to do with this other bag? And they're like, well, we can't give it to anyone else, so just keep it. I was like, okay. A bit.
They ship it, you know, what is it, like a 50-pound bag or whatever, and they ship it to you.
Yeah,
it's still
yep.
cheaper than local. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't understand it either. Just goes to show you how much they're ripping you off in the stores.
Yeah.
My wife has proven that to me. So she works for a lighting company. They sell commercial lighting. So like if you're building a new Home Depot, we'll just use them as an example to be funny. So say Home Depot is building a new store. They could come to her and say, this is the lighting that we would need inside this Home Depot. How much does it cost? So she will then take that those lights and go to like 10 different manufacturers, get all the pricing for each of them, and then come back and give them their bid on what they could offer the lights. Because obviously they're going to also go around looking for multiple bids.
Yeah.
So they put their bid in. Okay, so now this bid that they just gave Home Depot is not only cheaper, but this is including the price of the lights, and it is also including their cut, their commission on top of that. And on the grand scheme of things, this all has to still be cheaper than if this company who's building the Home Depot could go to another Home Depot and just buy the lights from them.
Yeah.
So that just goes to show you how much, and they're making a lot of money off of these transactions. So it just goes to show you how much these cheap lights that you buy at Home Depot are actually even cheaper than you think.
Yeah.
And you think you're getting a cheap light at a cheap price, and in reality you're getting a very cheap light at an overpriced price. It's disgusting. Like some of the numbers she shows me, I'm just like, that's just that America.
Yeah, because like the lights that I use for grow lights for my seedlings, they're basically just LEDs that are just like they look like shop lights. With the LEDs, I got it on Amazon. They come from, I mean, they're a plant grow LED spectrum. I got 8 of them. Sorry, 6 of them.
FBIOC trails.
I think
else
I paid
cashed
a
in here.
total of $30 for the 6 of them, and they're 4 feet long each, and they plug into each other and everything. And I went actually, and Home Depot carried them, but of course they were, I think, like 60 or 70. And even at like Job Lots or Ocean State, one of them, they were still like they would do 45 there. And they grow everything.
Yeah. The worst, like when I remodeled the one basement in our previous house, the one before we went to Florida and came back, I put in some can lights downstairs, and Amanda because there's some things like if we want for personal use, like as long as we get enough of it, they'll allow us to order it, but we only needed 4 of those, so we were forced to go and get them at Home Depot. And I think we paid I think it was overall like $120 for it or whatever, and it was for 4 lights. So it was like $30 for one of the can lights that we wanted, or recessed lights. Sorry, I don't know. Well, I mean they're basically can lights, but they're recessed lights. And she looked it up in her system, and the product cost for those was $1.20. $1.20. Like that's what it cost them to make that light, and they're charging $30 for it in Home Depot.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and it makes you wonder. Like, I wonder how much Home Depot is paying them for that light.
Yeah.
So it's like how much profit margin? Yeah, like who's getting the profit here? Like, is it Home Depot or is it the supplier?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's like right in the middle somewhere. I'm sure the supplier gets more of it than Home Depot because Home Depot is just the one selling it.
Yeah.
It just baffles me, like the upcharge of stuff like that. And like even when you get it, it's a $30 light. Like when you have it in your hands, you're like, this is cheap. Like this is cheap, and it's because it is. It literally costs a dollar to make it.
No message saying we're good to go, yes?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello. Well, someone else is here, Jag. I guess we have to stop talking about our grass.
Yeah. I gotta go do daycare stuff anyway. I'll be back.
Alrighty. All right, Devin, what do you want to talk about? Thinking about getting back into the vaping business at this rate?
Right.
Speaking of which, CBD is on my scanner.
What?
I was just being funny. CBD is on my scanner, but the intensity is 0.5.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, it's raging right now. Oh, it's up to 1. Nope, back down to 0.6.
Shorts on that, but I can't short anything because I'm afraid I'll be stuck in it. I'm just not doing it until I hear something.
FSLY go to 70 L.
Yeah.
Did homie ever get out of that trade?
He did. I think. Let me see. Yeah, it looks like he did. Said, I tried my best to work out of it, had orders on the dip, but those didn't fill and took a while to call CMEG. So maybe it was they got him out of it.
Okay. Maybe they're just like, yeah, sorry. We screwed up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Trouble infected COVID-19 in Michigan.
I don't know what to do, man.
LOL.
I don't think I can trade.
I mean, there's nothing to trade anyway.
I know.
This is brutal.
Nothing's moving up.
Nothing, man. Nothing.
We've gone through some slow markets since you and I have been trading together.
We have, but even then, we still would have a couple names. Yeah.
This may literally be the worst market I've seen so far.
Yeah. This is brutal.
CUEN resumed trading.
CUEN, Charlie says. That was halted on no volume.
EVOL Tish. Yeti stock and give.
Well, cool.
Need to find somebody. I really wish there was like a website that was like what is that one
Carrot thinking
for all the like oddball like repairs? Angie's List. I wish there was one like Angie's List that was actually like legit. So like if I needed to find someone, I mean, I've heard so many mixed reviews about that site that I don't know. I just anytime like I hear more than like a few things about, like bad experiences, I tend to just stay away. But like when we move out of our house, we're gonna be renting it, so I want to find somebody that will just paint the house because it definitely needs it.
Hey,
But
the current house and rent it?
what's that?
You want to keep the current house and rent it?
Yes, yeah, for sure. It's a long-term play there. Plus, if we can get the current market rent at the moment, it would be really, really nice. Like right now around here, yeah, it's pretty high. Like things are going for like 2200 for 1,000 square feet.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy at the moment. There's one like right down the street that they just listed for 2200, and it's basically the same house as ours.
Dude, why is it more expensive to live there than Vegas?
I don't know. We're by water. I mean, that would be like my one guess. I don't know. We're near DC, Baltimore, Rockville. That's like we're like right in the middle of like three major cities. We're also like basically on the water. Schools are really good. I'm not saying all this isn't true and there. I'm just saying like reasons why it's higher priced where we're at. I would assume being by water does have a lot to do with pricing as well.
What a fucking day, huh? Have you got any more trades?
Nope, just the two forced ones on Tesla and that one small one on SOS. What did SOS end up doing? Oh, fuck you, SOS. Holy shit.
Give everything up.
Yeah, it went to low a day. I tried to hold that extra. If I would have used high of day, I would have still been in it. But I used my average, and it stopped me out. I'm not mad at the trade itself, because obviously I could have went higher and went through 6, and then I would have been looking to get back in it. But it did not do that.
It is slow.
This is brutal.
Well, I will return.
I may or may not be here.
I don't see any point in sitting here all day if I'm not going to be trading, you know?
I agree with you 100%.
But I'll be around, man.
All right, man.
Have a good drive.
Yep, you too.
Alright, later, bro.
Later. Anybody got any good ideas for lunch? This is brutal. Like, this is bad. This market is bad. Bad, but bad, bad, bad. Tesla's hurting my feelings. Hurt my feelings, man. I really do not want to even think of messing with something like that. I mean, let's take a look at the pennies. Penny scans doing anything? They're all red. How are they high of day, but they're all red? Oh, because this isn't an ultra scan. This is just right. Gotcha. Never mind. Of course, SOS is the one that was getting most of the volume today. NUAN. What is that? This is what has the most volume today. Like, where is, like, Neo and, like, all those guys? Like, what's going on with, like, where is the volume? There is no volume. I think we're gonna call it here soon. This is brutal. So brutal. It's a low float too. You definitely want to be careful with it, but this is finally something. We don't have shares though. Mosey, if you got them.
Damn MOSYNTV.
Ooh, that looking pretty. Like about the halt, huh?
It is halting it. Do you have shares? Just out of curiosity?
Negative.
WVE.
I was trying to pull up Whiskey Victor Echo, but I can't even see it.
Yeah, Brian actually just got into it.
It would help if I was typing a W instead of an M.
I just can't get behind these. I didn't see it because of volume, but it did come up on the monitor. That was up there. Still not at 500K on the day, so. I just can't get behind these lower volume ones, man. Just the way they trade just is not for me.
I noticed that watching through your YouTube.
WVE dollar.
These
That,
like this is
yeah.
the idea of.
I think it's just easier. Okay, you're cutting out. I couldn't.
Dollar on way.
Yeah, I was saying they've been taking these because I think because it's large volume compared to its normal volume.
I mean, sure. But even so, it doesn't. I mean, look at the daily on that too. Like, it just all sucks. Oh, there's Mosey. Gap fill coming. Oh. So close. Come on, I can still see that gap. That's not right. It's not even close enough to say it's close enough. Yeah, what's up? Good talk.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't hear you before. You'll enjoy this. Luke is whining and complaining because people are posting. Swung this some stock like 4 days ago, and people are now posting that they're shorted. Whining and complaining about it.
Why?
Because they're posting trades against him.
People in his room?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I get it. I thought you just meant like on Twitter or something.
No. He went long this stock on.
Well, if he went long, then he was banking.
Yeah, he went long last. I don't know if it was Mosey or Jones. I think he went long last week, and now people today are posting that they're shorting the stock.
Well, he would be shorting the stock if he wasn't long. If he...
How dare them? How dare them do what he always does just because he's in it, right? I mean, that play says short, based on everything Luke holds true and dear to his heart. It's long. No one else would even think about shorting.
Keep forgetting that his shares are godly.
How dare you? How dare you?
He should just ban everybody that traded against him. It's that simple.
So, talk about not posting his trades anymore at all.
Oh my god, not that again. What the hell's... Why would people be in the room?
Oh, he does that all the time.
I'm pretty sure... Go ahead. Yeah, it's like, go ahead, stop posting your trades and watch how quick everyone leaves.
He's that. Then he says, oh, I'm just going to open up a Discord room because it's a free-for-all around here. And I'm like, yes, open a Discord room. I don't give you money anymore just for entertainment. You get it for free.
Well, I'm pretty sure he would still charge you for it.
You can charge for Discord?
Yeah. You can lock the server and only let people in that pay.
MOSY YOLO long.
Where's Devin, man? He could have bought that gap fill like he used to. Yeah, I know. But he could have. He could have tried. Would have been a nice one.
With you.
I'm trading, but there's nothing to trade.
Got some dollar there.
It's already 11:30.
Add order at X.11. Nothing yet. No money yet. LOL. MOSY out all.
Why you always in a mood, fucking around like a brand new? I ain't trying to tell you what to do, but try to play it cool. Baby, I ain't trying to tell you what to do. Everything look better with a view. Or is that I ain't playing by your rules. Baby, I ain't playing by your rules. Yeah, that's it. I had it wrong the first time. Guys, I'm thinking this might be it. This is brutal. Thinking an early lunch. What do I want for lunch? That's a good question. Yeah, my mother needs some help with something for the house, so I'm just gonna call it, guys. I mean, I'm gonna probably come back and chill after lunch, maybe see if something goes, but for now, what a crap day. We're just gonna chalk up this basically small loss and move on to tomorrow. So sorry, but this is exactly how last week was, so there wasn't really much being missed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Peace.